Oh, hello everybody, here's Tanner. Say hello, Tanner. Hi, Tanner. This is my dog, Tanner. And then Jasmine's down there. Anyway, just want to tell a quick story. About 5 years ago, got in a fight with Vonda, so I left the house, and I was driving around. And, Tanner, you're gonna knock the table over. He's a big dog. Yeah, I got in a fight driving around, and I noticed that things just didn't look right. Like, I was not in my regular reality. And got pretty freaked out, and I needed to anchor myself, let's say. Because you find yourself in a new reality, you're like, well, first thing you want to do is get back to reality, ground yourself. So I called my son, who wasn't living with me at the time, and I called him up and just asked if I could come over, because I just want to, find someone I knew and anchor. So anyway, so he told me I'm going to his house. I'd only been there once, so I didn't know the way. He gave me the address, and for life of me, I'm driving up and down the street and I cannot find the address. And then all of a sudden, traffic is just massive, bumper to bumper traffic. And so, since we're practically stopped, I'm looking up and I'm looking around. And you folks know that if you don't know, I was an air traffic controller. So I'm looking up in the air and I see a helicopter completely stopped, frozen. Not only that, the rotary blades that spin around, they're not spinning. I could see them solid rotor blades, frozen in time. Helicopter was flipping frozen. Helicopter blades, the rotors, the thing was frozen in midair. I couldn't believe it. And then traffic started going. Anyway, I finally get to my son's house, and I'm talking on the cell phone. I'm like, where the heck's your apartment? He's like, oh, it's all. He goes, I'll come downstairs. So he comes downstairs, and I'm like, he's like, well, I'm right here at the end. Can't you see me? And I'm like, no, I can't see you. And I'm driving my car. He's like, I'm right here at the end. Can't you see me? I'm like, no, I can't see you. I couldn't see him. And then all of a sudden I saw him, and as he came up to the car, he's standing there with his hands to the side. He does not have a cell phone in his hand, yet I'm in the car talking to him. I am talking to my son in my car, looking at him 10 feet from me. He has no cell phone in his hands, and his lips are not moving. I am on the phone 10 feet from my son. I'm listening to my son on the freaking phone. And I'm looking at him, and he's not on the phone. His hands are to the side, his lips are not moving. It just blew my mind. And so then I stopped the car right past him. I turn around, he's gone. The dude was just like vanished. I'm like, where'd he go? I'm looking all around. And so I drive my car around, and then I see him like walking through these cars, like pretending to go to his car. So then I finally pull him. I'm like, well, dude, what's going on? He's like, where did I park? So I parked. But anyway, he lives on the 3rd floor. There's an airport nearby. And all night long, I saw weird stuff, like apartments moving and crap, and crews going in and out, and it was like a movie set, stagehands. But the most perplexing thing was that the airplanes all of a sudden would stop. A freaking airplane. I know if an airplane stops flying, it just stopped and it'd be frozen for a while, like a good 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden, it was like time was stopped, and then I'd see all this weird shit going on, and these crews moving around, and just cleaning crews, and just, it was like being in a movie. And then they would all stop, and they would, be cool, and then all of a sudden, like, time would start again, and the airplane, it was frozen here, it should be over here, and all of a sudden it goes, zzz, just went, freaking airplane. An airplane. We're not talking about a UFO. Just a regular airplane. I know it was an airplane. I know the flashy lights, everything. It was an airplane. It just cruising along, then it just stopped. And then when time started again, it went to where it should be. And just time continued. And then this happened all night long. I heard all kinds of weird sounds I've never heard before. Just a lot of weird stuff went down that night. So they asked me, Byron, why don't you explain what you just saw? And I go, well, basically this is my analogy, my parable. It's kind of like if you're in a lab and you're studying a microorganism, and you have these, plates of glass that you put under the microscope to look at. And it's kind of like you have a slide with organisms you want to look at, and all of a sudden you freeze it. And then you put it under the microscope, and then you like take a dropper and you throw another organism into the slide. But because they're not frozen, they can move around and do all kinds of shit while the other people are frozen. So that was my analogy. Good old biology lab is what it is. God bless. Peace. Good night.